Welcome to the Turing Test. Today, we're diving into how a chatbot went from a cocktail party curiosity to a breakfast table staple, with ChatGPT achieving 100 million users in just 60 days.
That's wild. 60 days, right? It's like overnight, AI became everyone's new best friend.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, compare that to TikTok taking 9 months and Instagram nearly 2.5 years to hit similar numbers. It's like boom, reality shifts while everyone's still sipping coffee. Crazy, right?
Yep, absolutely. And it's not just the speed, but the cultural moment too. People finally saw AI as a tool for everyday tasks, not just high-tech experiments.
Right. And think about it. Free access, a super simple chat interface, and a slight lull in daily routines during the holiday downtime of 2022. People were scrolling, sharing Twitter threads and TikTok demos like wildfire. Exactly.
And oh man, the I can't believe it wrote my cover letter shock factor really resonated. Suddenly folks felt like they had some serious agency with the tool.
Exactly. There was this moment of empowerment where everyday people could actually do something tangible with AI. It wasn't just reading about it in a research paper anymore, you know?
Yeah, and that segue into using AI as a productivity tool was huge. Students drafting essays and marketers whipping up ad copy, it reshaped everyday utility.
Speaking of reshaping, there's this hot debate around model sizes now. Remember how OpenAI launched GPT-4 and then quickly followed up with GPT-4o Omni? They showed off multimodal prowess that was quite mind-blowing. Really impressive stuff.
Totally, but then you have Meta dropping their Llama 4 Scout and Maverick, which are like slimmer and cheaper. Can you imagine running on just a single A100 GPU? That's a massive shift from GPT-3's cluster dependency.
Yeah, it's like the debate is evolving from bigger is better to a mix of heavyweight for complex tasks and smaller models for routine, everyday operations. It's all about finding that balance.
Absolutely. Enterprises are really starting to vote with their wallets here, paying for GPT-4o's deep reasoning when stakes are high, while offloading simpler work to those lightweight models operating on-prem.
It sort of mirrors the evolution we saw in cloud computing too, right? You know, using serverless when demand spikes and edge computing in steadier times.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a very hybrid stack approach.
And then there's the trust issue. I mean, even the best models sometimes hallucinate, making up sources like non-existent papers. How do we really validate what they say?
True. You have approaches like Retrieval-Augmented Generation, which integrate fact-checkers tied to trusted sources, like corporate wikis or academic journals.
Yep.
And then there's Anthropic's Claude, using constitutional AI to self-regulate via a rulebook of sorts.
But let me challenge that a bit. Don't you think relying on such systems might still be a risky bet? I mean, hallucinations may drop, but they never fully go away.
That's a fair point. There's no silver bullet. And while these techniques offer more transparency, users might still need extra assurances, like clear source links or confidence scores, to build trust. We're moving towards transparency over perfection.
Speaking of transparency, governments have really stepped in too, haven't they? Look at the EU AI Act passing and coming into force soon.
Yeah, the EU AI Act is now real policy, grading AI systems by risk and demanding heavy audits on models like GPT-4o. And not just in the EU, the US with its executive order and the UK's new AI Safety Institute. It's a global regulatory surge. It's affecting even startups.
Exactly. Startups are now budgeting a reg-ops line item alongside DevOps. Some even think this regulatory burden might spur an open source boom due to lower compliance costs.
It's almost like governments are saying, we want safe AI. So naturally, the industry must adapt quickly. It's an arms race of sorts, innovation on one side and regulation on the other.
And that arms race extends to the multimodal front too. GPT-4o's half-second voice responses and the ability to solve geometry problems from a smartphone photo are, frankly, straight out of science fiction.
Yeah, the integration of voice, vision, and text is really blurring the lines. And with Apple's Apple Intelligence just announced, mixing on-device models with server-side giants, our next digital assistant might literally monitor your screen and listen to meetings. It's evolving fast.
And that does raise some serious questions, like, can a voice-first interface really outdo text? And how do we moderate on-the-fly generated images? Plus, who truly owns our private training data when it comes right from our camera rolls?
Exactly, those are some of the trickier issues ahead. It's not just about raw performance anymore, but also about ethics, privacy, and data rights. It's a tangled web.
So, if we try to boil it down, ChatGPT's viral moment was just the spark. Today, the conversation spans model debates, trust, government regulations, and sensory-rich interfaces. Every answer seems to spawn two new questions.
Absolutely. It's like every solution opens up a fresh set of challenges, keeping everyone, from builders and investors to everyday users, engaged. It's fascinating how quickly this is evolving.
And what's really cool is how the approach varies depending on use case. Enterprise legal summaries, casual email drafts, academic essays. Each scenario demands a different balance between heavyweight reasoning and lightweight agility.
Right, it's a dynamic interplay. For instance, you definitely want GPT-4o when precision is critical, but for daily tasks, those nimble on-prem models make perfect sense.
Speaking of precision, have you noticed how even experts are now questioning the reliability of these models? I mean, they can nail a complex legal summary 1 minute, but then misquote a paper the next.
Yeah, exactly. That's why integrating confidence scores and source transparencies are becoming essential features. Without those, it's a bit like driving without a dashboard. You're kind of flying blind. Definitely a valid critique.
And then there's the multimodal evolution. Imagine a future where your assistant not only reads your emails, but listens to your meetings and even assists visually with your work. It's both exhilarating and, a little unnerving.
Exactly. It's like stepping into a sci-fi film. 1 minute you're using text, the next you're interacting in voice and vision. Yet, that convergence is opening up so many possibilities for real-time problem solving in our daily lives. It's a brave new world.
But there's always a flip side. For instance, with so many moving parts, voice, images, text, moderation becomes a real headache. Who ensures that these multimodal outputs are safe and ethical?
That's exactly the challenge. As the systems become more integrated, the need for robust guardrails becomes paramount. We're not just guarding against technical errors, but also ethical missteps.
Right.
The trust metric is evolving to include transparency and accountability.
And let's not forget about the consumer impact. The breakthrough from ChatGPT led to a moment where AI went from a geeky tool to a household name. It's this mix of utility, entertainment, and surprise that's kept the public so hooked.
Totally. That viral spark wasn't just about novelty, it redefined AI as an everyday productivity tool. It's reshaping industries, from education to marketing, and even personal creativity. A real paradigm shift.
And speaking of shifts, tomorrow's discussion is already heating up around AI's energy footprints. Yes, those GPUs do get hot, and whether quantum computing might just cool things down.
Exactly. There's always another layer, another angle. For now, following these 5 threads, viral uptake, model size debates, trust challenges, regulatory controls, and a multimodal future will definitely shape the AI landscape for the next decade. Absolutely riveting stuff.
So, for anyone building, investing, or just plain curious, keep your ears to these conversations. The arms race is just getting started, and each answer leads to 2 more intriguing questions.
That's it for today's deep dive. Like and subscribe, and hey, drop us your thoughts, both the cheers and the critiques, because every insight helps us all navigate this ever-evolving AI world. Until next time.